When I was plastering my house, some experts were adamant I should fit ceiling sheets first and then the walls. And others, of course, had the exact opposite opinion. With walls, the debate then became you've got to fit the top sheet first, or the other opinion, you've got to fit the bottom sheet first. As I've said before in this series, building codes and practices vary around the globe, from country to country, state to state, and even tradie to tradie. Through YouTube, my videos truly go around the world, and that gathers together all those differences of practice and differences of opinion. So there's just no way I can please everybody. Now I've moved on to tiling, the controversy continues. Some experts say, Bill, you've got to lay the floor tiles and then the wall tiles, and others say it's got to be the other way around. It's got to be the wall tiles laid first before the floor. The wall first proponents say I won't get those tiles straight if they follow the slopes and irregularities of the floor tiles. True, but there's an easy way to avoid that. The lowest row of wall tiles has to be laid over the top of the floor tiles to meet Australian Building Code and to ensure water off the walls runs onto the floor rather than under it. I have seen a way of laying wall tiles after the floor tiles, and yet for you to still be able to get them dead straight. What have I learned about tiling so far? Well, the most common mistake that amateur tilers make, novices, and I'm definitely in that class, is to do two mistakes. One is to just lay the tiles following the floor or the floor tiles, which means that row can be wobbling all over the place. The other mistake they make, and you'll see this quite often on home renovation shows on television, they just start laying in a corner with a tile and they'll just follow up the corner of the wall. If the wall's not vertical, the whole row of tiles will be out and the spacing will be out as well. I'll show you how to do that later on from what I've learned. The other thing I've learned from starting on the toilet was that you absolutely have to batter the backs of your tiles as well as the surface they're going to go onto. These tiles have ribbing on them, and it needs a fair amount of mortar to take that up, or adhesive rather. So that's my tip for today. Apply the tile adhesive to the surface the tile's going onto, and apply it to the tile as well. And some of the expert advice I got was that the ribs in the grooves in your adhesive, when you apply it with a notch trowel, should be in the same direction as the notches that you put in the adhesive on your tiling surface. That way, with the notches in both adhesives running in the same direction, the tile settles in better and you get a stronger bond. Without doubt, as you'll see in almost every renovation show on TV, the hardest thing to manage when you're building your own home by yourself is the budget. It's just so easy to miss including the costs of certain items, like power points and switches and just electrical plug connectors. Check this out. Here is over $800 worth of fittings for my electrics. Over $800. I'm not talking about lights, I'm just talking about electrical fittings, switches and base plates, things like that. For ceiling lighting, LED downlights are all the rage around the world at the moment, with good reason. These things only use 8 watts of power, a fraction of what an old filament globe or a fluorescent globe uses. They're a sealed unit, which means you can't replace the globe in this particular brand, which is very popular. You've got to replace the whole unit. And so in Australia, so that you're not having to do that with wiring issues, you buy them with a 3-pin plug on them. That in turn means that your electrical wires in the roof need to be connected to a plug, a 3-pin plug. And so for changing your lights later on when they blow years down the track, it's just unplug and on away you go again. So I've got to fit these to all my ceiling wiring for the lights. I've chosen clear ones so that my electrician, who's going to authorise all this work, when he comes to inspect it, can see all my wiring is correct. Only 3 wires, they're colour coded, red, black and earth, easy as.